If you love what we do, then please consider supporting CryptFail on Patreon. Your support helps us grow and to create more content more often. And now, on with the show. Bring us to southwest. And the helm's like, aye, Captain, and starts swinging the ship. Nay, Captain! It's not sail, it's smoke! Aye, I'm sure it's smoke!
Catalina, come up on deck and check out what's going on.
And the first mate, beat the crew to quarters. So some of the crew go below. You probably would. I mean, there's variations, so probably from place to place, like but navy to navy even. But the general gist of it would be the same sort of idea. Catalina might not know, not being from a nautical background.
Nope. She's up on the deck looking out. Is there smoke coming up from
You're
the
not seeing it yet. You're looking out, but you don't see it yet.
Oh, yeah, she's looked up at the top of the mast to obviously see a guy in a crow's nest.
And about an hour and a half, you start to see smoke on the horizon. So half the crew's like gone below to prepare the cannons in case they're needed. The others have changed the rigging to a more aggressive sort of cut to the wind.
Yep, I'll help with that.
Hola, sailor. And Catalina's turning to one of the sailors. What does the smoke mean?
Be a ship on fire, mate.
She turns back, looking at the smoke.
Closing, you see it as a merchant vessel, and it is on fire. But the fire is a strange, red, eerie, misty fire that is playing over the vessel from its stem to stern. And there's whispers of, that's sorcery there, that's sorcery, that's not right.
Catalina's thinking about how Wojack called her a witch.
Many times.
Sorcery, witch, Catalina.
He just whispers from somewhere.
This comes eerily over the deck.
Fenric has noticed, but he is not much of a fighter, so he's below the deck.
So you're approaching from the stern, and you're about 25 feet away. You're going to pass on. It's not catching the wind now.
Wojack runs up from below decks, finds the nearest person, which just so happens to be Marguerite. Runs over to her and calls her.
I mean, she's up in the rigging, but...
Oh, no, it would be
That's
Catalina
Catalina
then,
then.
because no way would I be going up.
That would be interesting.
He just runs
And when I
up
get
the mast.
to Marguerite, I will be close to Marguerite, so I will ask her a question.
Catalina, it would be Catalina. Catalina, what is going on? What is this sorcery?
What are you talking about, sorcery, El Shivato? Maybe go ask the Capitan.
The cat.
Standing
where
next
is
to the
captain?
helmsman.
She points at the helm, where the captain
He has his
is standing next
spyglass
to.
out and he's looking at the ship.
I run up to where the captain is. Captain, what is going on?
Clearly, we are trying to find out, huh?
It does not look healthy, that boat.
The helmsman's like, aye, she's seen better days, mate.
You wish to be boarding that ship? I think that would be a bit unwise, don't you think?
You're just starting to come up on its on its stern, and Long Harry's come down from the crow's nest. He slides down the rope, and the captain's, we are making our decision. That's what we are here for. There may be treasure. And Long Harry goes, treasure? And I am spending a danger point. And Long Harry runs across and leaps onto one of the ropes and swings off and lands on the other ship on its main deck.
Oh no.
Obviously, there's no gun ports. Is there any gun ports on a merchant ship? Or that usually there would be? Oh, well, actually, Catalina probably wouldn't even know. So don't bother answering that. Unless you wanted to answer it for the benefit of the others.
Merchants usually come reasonably unarmed or lightly armed. But we are now at something that could be a risk because you have options that you might want to do. So we will go. What is your approach to this situation?
So the whole deck and everything's on fire.
It's this weird red misty fire. Yes.
Misty fire.
Yeah, it doesn't look natural. Like, it doesn't look like a fire that you have typically seen.
Well, how bad is the fire on the other ship?
It's going to be catastrophic. It is on fire. The sails, the side, some of the deck is on fire. There is smoke coming from below deck. So it's going to be definitely... It's taken hold of the ship. There's not ages before this thing would be engulfed completely.
Huh. How does it work to find stuff out? Because if you get raises, then it's just like you do something, but you can't just be like, I got 3 raises, I know what it is, and then have to be like, it's just someone knocked
within
over
reason,
a candle.
you can ask. Raises can be used for knowledge checks
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
They can't be used for stuff like if there's no way you'd know, I won't waste your raise, right? If you said, like you said, I've never remotely heard of anything like this. I want to spend my raise. What is it? Well, you've already told me. Then there's no way you'd know. I won't make you spend the raise.
Okay.
Based on my sailor knowledge, how recent would this attack might have been? That might be able to be answered. If it was, I want to know about the ship, that can certainly have some information.
Yeah, so anyone who's got sailing
Okay.
Right.
would be able to do that, obviously. Well, yeah, I'm coming from the view of Catalina, who would just be looking at going, is this normal? Yeah, because it might...
Is this are ships normally on fire?
Like even the fire itself, she might not even be aware that it's not a... Unless the fire itself is really unusual.
It is.
Because, yeah, I think the approach I would do would be, like, wits and sailing just to see if I can intuit anything about this situation,
Yep, you
I
can.
guess.
You're also close enough to swing across, as one of your crew has, so you can board it if you want. I mean, there's options. So that's why it's...
Oh, okay.
Because Long Harry did, so you're close enough to do so. So that's what I mean. There is options on things like information or boarding, or you don't have to do either. But we'll make a risk roll because there is chances of information or doing something. So that's why we'll.
Yeah, I would like to try and get information.
You can roll.
So can I roll? Yes.
So Catalina's catching the rope. that... What was his name?
Long Harry.
Long Harry. And she's swinging across, thinking this is normal.
I've got 3 raises.
And yes, as Louis pointed out, we don't add the title. Yep.
Yep, so I added up. I've got 2 10s, and then the 7 and the 3 makes another 10, and then the 4 and the 3 is 7, so that doesn't count.
So swing... I'll let you do that first, but swing across, what would that be?
That is a raise, so it's going to be athletics and...
Finesse?
yeah, if you're going to use... Yeah, you could use agility. I'd also allow brawn. Is it brawn?
Okay.
What's the strength one?
I think
Strength to be brawn.
I don't have a
something
character
like
sheet in
that.
front of me, so yeah,
Brawn,
I'd allow
Yeah.
brawn as well for like
Yes.
that sort of stuff. But yeah, finesse and athletics. So Louis and Fenric, what are your approaches if you're going to do anything?
I was thinking of trying to inspire the crew.
They're a bit fearful at the moment. There's definitely a sense, not terror, but they're definitely afraid.
Yeah, I'll play kind of like an upbeat jig to try and like get them motivated to attack this ship, as opposed
Get them
to
all
fearful.
pumped up for fire ships.
I mean, it's hard to be fearful when you're hearing like this, like upbeat, sea shanty.
Okay, so you're going to go with panache and performance.
Okay. Wojack stares in horror as he looks at the sailors jumping across to the other side of the ship. What are you thinking, I say? Very well. I guess this is it, isn't it, Captain? Let's look, turning to the captain. So, you wish to board this ship and plunder it for all it's worth, even though you can see it's clearly on fire. You know you're a madman. You know that?
I had not decided yet what to do. Long Harry is unpredictable.
I saw that too. That throws us all into this with you then, I guess. One in, all in. Very well. I know some things about ships, being one myself, so I could tell you the layout of this ship.
Wait, did you say I know some things about ships being
a ship
one myself?
I am Wojack the ship.
That is going to be canon now.
We've just been, like, I lifted a ship up to its room.
So what's your approach, though?
I am going to use scholarship and wit, and I am going to give information about the ship to the captain.
The captain's gonna be like, why are you telling me about ships? I'm a ship captain.
He probably already knows this stuff, but that's the only help I can be right now, because I am not jumping across.
And I think the highest person is going to be, unless Louis beats it, it's going to be Fenric going first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually
'cause
had one die I didn't roll. I forgot about
You got 5 raises.
I did.
And I got 3, and Adam got 2.
Well, look at those 10s.
So-
10, 10, 10.
There you go.
1,
7,
2,
6, 7, 1, 2
2 raises.
Okay. So, Fenric, spend your first
Yeah.
raise. What are you doing?
Okay. So Fenric is going to see the fearful crew and pull out his accordion, and he's going to play like a very upbeat tune right next to them, and they're gonna probably at first look at him kind of weirdly, like, what are you doing? But he kind of leans into them a bit and gives them a big smile. And,
They're even more like, what are you doing?
but it's a raise, so they're like, okay, fine, whatever.
Okay, we'll dance.
it raises
I
their
guess.
spirits. They don't seem quite as afraid as they were before.
They're definitely more likely to
Okay.
contribute now
Okay,
than just stand there.
who wants to go next?
I guess as Yeah, she grabbed the rope and just automatically, like, as soon as it swung back, she went whoop, and she's sort of like already midship, and she swings across over to the other ship. She's looking like she's trying to land near, what's his name?
Long Tall Harry. Yeah, Long Harry.
Long Harry.
It's Long Tall Harry, but they call him Long Harry.
For short.
Why long?
Because he's about 4'2".
He's shorter than Catalina.
He's a wee little pun.
So,
I just want to double. Can I use my raise to help Catalina? I wanted to, where I am, run over to the edge and call out, Catalina, Catalina. If you're going to do this, you do this quickly. The captain's office is going to be closed. Remember, Purser's office. It's the only place that would be.
nothing else?
Anything? Does she call back? Anything else?
So you probably hear some of that with the fire
Yeah.
and.
I heard Captain Purse, back of the ship, and she's, and she's probably getting the hint of what he's trying to say as she's flying through midair with the wind blowing through her ears, and she lands deftly, and quite agilely, is that even a word?
It is now.
It is now.
It is now. She lands agilely on the other ship, in between some flames, and she's looking back, she's got her hand up to her ear, and she's nodding. Yep.
And as you land, there is a couple of piles of ash on the deck that you land on, and as you thump into it and the ash just sort of puffs up, you notice that it looks like there was a piece of clothing and maybe a coin in the other one. And you see Long Harry disappearing below deck ahead of you.
Toward the aft or towards the
It's at the
bow.
It's at the bow.
Bow stern.
Yeah. There seems to be less smoke at the bow, so that's where he's gone.
Oh. Okay. I guess I'll follow.
So you run to the front.
I've already, yeah.
You don't have to spend a raise for this.
No, I was just going to say that she sort of shrugs off the fact that she's just landed in two people, and because she's seen this before, and yeah, runs after the. What's his name again?
Long Harry.
Long Harry. Short Long Harry. That's it.
Long Tall
No,
Harry.
it was
Long, tall Harry.
Long tall.
it was Long Tall.
I'm making up names now. Hang on. Long Tall Harry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to write his name down. You're probably going to kill him off. Long Tall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't get too attached. I feel.
I don't know. It sounds like a name that's going to last a campaign.
Can't die with a name like that, huh?
All right. Yep. So, yep.
And
You were explaining something?
from your side,
Yep.
you see the stairs going down, and there's some smoke. You can't see him at the moment. And from the pennants, you can see Catalina going down. Is that a question? That is a
Okay.
question. Is Catalina going down?
Yes.
Okay, so she disappears from sight. Who wants to go next?
I think I'm the only one who hasn't. Yeah? So I was trying to get information. Because if I want to do something else with my other raises, that would be changing the approach, and then I'd need two, right? Excellent. Yes, then I only want to use one.
And you're going to be past the ship at the end of next round, because your ship is still moving.
Oh. Darn it.
Right. There will be an option to do an action, but after that, the ship will be passed.
Yeah. Alright, as long as I have another chance to do an action, that's all good. And I'll say I've also slid down a rope, so I'm no longer...
Yeah, and you
Just
don't need to
after
use
the
a raise for that.
Yeah, I figured. Otherwise, I'd be constantly using them to move from place to place. All right, and is the raise only for obtaining the information, or would I also be able to communicate that to someone?
Yeah, I'm not going to...
I can talk. All
unless there's a reason that would be difficult.
I've already slid down, so I want to go over to the captain and say, Captain, I do not think this is a merchant ship.
And why do you think that?
It has several gun ports, but they are hidden as though they wish to appear to be a merchant ship.
And the helm's like, one of the sea dogs, Captain.
What does this mean?
Sea dogs, they look like merchants. They try to sucker their prey to come up close, and then they hammer them unexpectedly.
Do they normally use this strange fire?
Niet. And her ports are closed.
Huh.
And you can see holes. There's cannon holes.
They took her unawares.
So it seems.
Fenric, how do you want to spend your raise?
I'm going to say that I start into another verse of song, and this one has the chorus line, "Storm the ship." And I'm going to, like, really try to encourage the other pirates who are kind of just standing around, building up their courage
to go right into the trap?
to go across and, you know, help if they can.
And help be trapped?
Well, I don't know it's a trap. I just saw a bunch of my friends go over, and it was like...
Only 2 people have gone over.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna send the rest over.
We put all of our crew on the sinking ship.
Yes, it'll be great.
Okay, by the rest, I didn't mean everyone.
We watch our ship safely sail
I can
away,
see...
and this one sinks.
And we drown.
Everyone except the ship's cook stays on the ship. Leaves.
Yeah, this is my ship now.
Yeah. Fenric has taken over the ship, and we all sink on the other one.
My songs were so inspiring that...
Well done.
Yeah, so probably between 5 and 10 other pirates will go over to the other ship and help either find information or look for treasure.
Burn.
Again, it is a raise, so maybe I'll spend a raise so that they don't burn. But
Well, I'm just saying, you can send them there, but you don't know what's going to happen to them once they're there.
No, he can
that's
spend a raise to lower the effects of something, but it can't be tied to just one raise. Like if you're saying, I want to take a brute squad to the other ship, that's a raise. But you can't say, I'm going to take a brute squad to the other ship and I want to minimise how there's got to be more raises involved. And narratively tying it in too. You can't just be like, you know, and we've got all this stuff.
right.
It's like, well, where's that come from? Like, there's a lot of stuff you don't have to account for, you can just add, but you still have to be able to narratively work it in.
Can I spend another raise to do that? Not so much singing about fire, but more like my singing and like motivating them has given them enough time to choose where they want to swing to, as opposed to just rushing blindly, like someone else we might know.
And which of the 2 who jumped over was that aimed at?
It was definitely aimed at the long guy.
The long guy, okay.
The short long guy.
Who has the world's most difficult to remember name, it seems.
For some reason.
Okay, so roll me a d12.
4.
So 4 brutes swing across. So does Catalina want to go, or do you want to let Marguerite go? Because Marguerite was going to do something.
Marguerite was going to do something?
Yep. Before the ship moved.
Yep.
Yep, to which?
Oh, yes to you, Marguerite going first.
Okay. Then I want to change the approach I was doing wits sailing, can I now do finesse sailing and use 2 raises to swing across to the other ship?
Yes, you can.
Excellent. Then Marguerite is also going to grab a rope and swing across to the other ship.
And you land on the deck, and you can feel the heat. It's getting intense. It's like you're not burning the moment you arrive, but there's a definite wall of fire. It's hard to breathe.
And I want to go downstairs where I saw other people headed.
Looking back, you can see that Margaret has come across.
Yep. Okay. She like stops and she's sort of coughing a bit from the smoke. She goes, "Hola, hola, princess, down this way."
Oui, and Marguerite will follow her.
So coughing through the smoke, we're heading towards where Long Harry. That's right. I can read it now because you have written it to me. Pointed out where there was another chest back there. Okay, so looking around, logically, where would this be?
It is on the main, like the first deck that you go down on. It's not a particularly large
Are
ship.
there guns or anything like that? Or?
There is.
Yeah.
There's quite a few. For the size of the ship, there's quite a few.
Princess, I thought this was a merchant ship.
Catalina, this is not a merchant ship.
What do you mean this is not a merchant ship?
It has many weapons.
I see the guns.
They say it is. They say it is sea dogs who pretend to be merchants and lure people onto their ship.
I must say, it's the fire is very effective for luring people.
The captain says they do not normally do that.
Long Harry told me there's a chest down here.
Well, if you want to get it, we should do so quickly and leave.
Is it back there, over there? Catalina, is that like the gun ports? Are they open or closed?
They are closed, and the guns are rolled back.
Oh, okay.
And there's lots of cannon holes.
Yeah.
So this ship was taken unawares.
Mm-hmm. Catalina will take a breath towards one of the holes, just so that she's taking a deep breath, so she can go in a bit deeper into the ship. Mm-hmm.
So we don't all die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Or smoke poisoning.
And you can see a chest. It's about 1.5 feet long and 1 foot wide. Metal, wood, stained.
But what color is it?
Brown.
Ah.
But it's stained a deep brown, and it's almost an unnatural brown.
Alright, Catalina will, I guess, run up to the chest and feel its weight.
You're gonna pick it up?
One edge.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm just like
Just lift the whole thing
like
over
to
her
judge
head.
its
put my hand on it. I think it's heavy. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
like she's
you don't.
the latch on one side. She's just lifting it up, seeing if it's
Yeah.
feasible to lift.
It's heavy, but it's not incredibly heavy.
Princess, you take the other side.
All right. And Marguerite will take the other side.
So,
Catalina, do you feel that in the chest?
well, Princess, what is it you're speaking of?
The chest, it has a vibration, a heartbeat inside.
Catalina listens to sort of what's going on outside as well. Let's just get this out of here. What? Let's just get this out. What? Let's just get this out of here.
Oui.
Out of here.
All right. We'll bring the weird evil chest with us.
Well, Catalina leads the way, And she's like pulling it, and she's like, "What? Are you trying to say there's an animal inside?"
I do not know. There is a heartbeat.
What? That does not make sense.
I know. That is what there is.
As we get to the top, I guess we see the ship away from us. Well, it's pulling around.
Yeah, and it's
moved.
spinning around. Yeah, to do one pass back.
Where's Long John Harry?
He's standing on the deck.
John
Long,
Harry.
tall Harry.
Is where?
He's on the deck, and there's 4 brutes that are with him that have come across.
All right. Okay.
That's good. I was going to say, how do you wish to get this chest across?
Maybe one of the brutes can take it. The brutes. One of the pirates. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I did not mean to,
She
did not mean
calls
to
them
call you a
brutes.
brute. Yes. She looks down at the chest. Catalina does, anyway. Is it beating?
It is not.
Fish.
You've felt nothing.
No, but I have.
El Princess, you are concerning me.
Je suis désolé.
Say what?
I am sorry.
I could tell that was an Adam what.
Yeah.
I didn't think Catalina just went,
What?
what? Also, Catalina speaks
Yes, she
Montaigne
does.
language, whatever that is, so she knows what I said.
Yep. Just to clarify, what? Yeah. Maybe I should have went with that first.
I am sorry.
Yes. Okay. So, so maybe, do you think a pirate could carry this across?
I do not know. Does anyone here thinks they can carry this chest?
They have tied a rope to theirs, and they're holding it back over their head, looking to time it, to swing it.
Excellent. Then we shall do that.
Guess we're looking for a rope to do something similar.
You're telling the story. Is there a rope?
Okay, I did not know that's how it worked.
Well, within,
That is how it works.
Within reason,
Yep.
yeah, it does. Like, you can't pull. It's not designed to have what you need 100% all the time. But it's a ship.
Alright.
There's
Yep.
rope, so
So there's
she-
probably
Catalina
probably
looks
a
at one of
rope.
the string rope. One of the rigging ropes is hooked down to the side of the ship. She looks at it and she turns to a nearby sailor and pulls his a dagger from his belt and then starts cutting the rope. And she cuts the rope away from the side of the ship and begins tying it to the both of the handles. So she'll loop it through one of the handles and then tie it, make a knot at the other end. Now, princess.
Now? Oui? Oui?
Princess, I am not sure how to tie this knot.
Let me. And Marguerite will tie a very secure knot. And then once the knot is done, she'll take the end of the rope and tie a figure-8 knot on that, so that even if it starts to slip, it won't be able to get back through the first knot.
So Catalina's looking how you tie the rope. Oh, so this is similar to surgery, in a way.
Is it? I hope you do not tie the insides of people into
No,
knots.
not the inside of people.
I hope you do not tie the outside of people
Stitches,
into
see?
knots. Ah, oui.
See, because when it's no,
Back and forth
when it's
forever.
with Wojack, it's no. See, No, see, when it's with Marguerite, it's we.
We?
See?
See?
We, see?
Chris, you need to add a one-syllable thing you say all the time.
Ja.
Ja.
See?
Ja.
All right. I guess we're sort of trying to keep right to the edge of the ship away from the fire. And
Yep.
Yes.
we didn't see anyone, but these bodies have been burnt beyond a crisp. So Catalina doesn't really expect to find much resistance, if any.
And the ship's almost level. The bow's coming up.
I guess together Catalina and Marguerite will raise the chest and we'll let go
Yep.
as soon as the
Yes.
others let go.
Okay.
Yep.
And are you spending your raise for that?
I have none left, so...
I haven't spent my last raise, so yes.
Okay. So how does that work? And it succeeds
Okay.
because you're spending.
So
your
the
raise.
others let loose, and almost momentarily, like a split second later, Catalina forces it, sort of almost catching Marguerite off guard, but she lets go, and it swings across to, I guess, waiting hands over the other side of the other ship. And they quickly untie it, and the rope slips back across to this ship, and Catalina catches the rope and looks at Marguerite. Princess, shall we go together?
After... we.
So they have no raises left. Does anyone who has raises, do they want to help?
Or shall we perish on this burning ship?
I will help.
too, if
Okay.
you will allow it.
Okay. So how do you want to help them?
Oh, Fenric, go first.
And this will succeed. This will succeed.
Accordion.
So you have two crew members to get back. The Roots and Harry had their own raises left, which they had. So when you spend a raise, it will obviously work. So it's not like it's more like what can you do on your side that can aid them.
I'll throw a rope across, and Fenric and you can just continue singing to encourage them.
We've already got a rope.
Okay.
Yes.
I grab the rope and secure it.
But okay, I will help the I will help Wojack here. Your rope is on fire,
Better. Oh.
and
Our rope's on
and
fire.
it may snap.
Interesting, with the two of us on there as well.
And you see Wojack cut and push a rope towards you.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yep.
And as cool as it would look to swing over on a burning rope, we won't.
No. Catalina throws our burning rope to the side. She's like, Princess, I do not think that the this rope... Oh, look! Will hold us. And she's looking over at Wojack throwing a line across.
Here, catch this!
And Catalina catches it quite deftly.
All right.
She puts two hands on. She slides up to you, almost hip to hip, basically, and sort of walks back.
Okay. And Marguerite will grab the rope as well.
Walks back and she on three. On three, jump.
Oui.
1, 2, 3, and she jumps. And
Yep. Marguerite jumps as well.
Catalina and Marguerite swing across to the other ship.
And are not on fire.
And
And you arrive safely there.
yep. And Catalina
Yes.
sort of lets go at the end just to land on her feet, making sure to try and keep it like a hand on Marguerite so she doesn't start swinging back over again.
She won't. No, she will land as well. And not swing back to the burning ship.
And
I mean, you know,
Fenric
it was
will
so
be
much
there
fun.
Fenric will be there to catch you guys as well. He's had to put down his accordion.
Not to play a song about...
Gracias, Fenric. Gracias, Wojack.
Merci.
Oh my god, which you might be shocked at because she actually called you your name for the first time.
Thank you, you witch, but you are crazy for going over there. What were you thinking?
Crazy?
It was interesting over there.
Oh, yes, of course, it was very interesting.
Very on fire.
No. Really, I could not have dealt with the pink smoke. Wojack throws up his hairs and marches off. Oh, these crazy people. I have to work with this. This is going to be a nightmare. I'm not going to survive this.
It doesn't even really work with us. He does not do the sailing or the cooking or the doctoring.
It's not like the first time that I have not done this.
It's not.
It's not the first time.
It's not the first time you have not done
this.
this.
It is not like the first time I have done this.
Not the first time you have swung across to a burning ship.
On a ship, no. Building to building.
On the land. Building.
Is the principle the same?
I suppose one is a little less likely to sink. Should we see what is in that chest?
See.
It was strange.
Or maybe the captain. Maybe El Capitan should open it.
I do not know. As long as somebody does, I just want to know what it is.
Catalina reaches down and looks up to see. Like we're passing the ship now again, I'm assuming.
Yep, you're past it now.
Is there a lock on the front of it?
There is a basic lock.
Basic?
Not very strong. Yeah, it's not very strong. Yeah, you think you could smash it.
Or pick it?
Yeah, either. You could pick it.
Alright. Catalina pulls off a hair clip out of her ear. Out of her ear.
Out of her ear.
Yeah, I was going to say ear again. Out of her hair. And she shapes the hair clip and sticks it in the lock and twists, and the lock unclicks. I'm assuming I can do this. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. There's no reason because I mean, the chance of you not getting a raise for so you I got 4 raises to open this lock. So yeah, you can just do it.
I open it so good it becomes an upgraded lock.
The lock's even better now.
Freed up all the rust inside it.
Next time someone uses it, it'll
flick
be
the
more
latch
secure.
And open up the top of the top of the lid. Open up the lid.
And you see what looks like a small chest, like a smaller version of the other one, almost like the Russian doll sort of thing, except it looks fused together so it won't open, and there is these green crystals that are grown almost organically into it.
Boxes inside of boxes.
What is this? And
there is some strange runes on it.
I do not
Sorcery.
know.
Sorcery?
I do not know.
It doesn't look like any language I know.
If I touch it, does it do a heartbeat thing again? Oh. It As an art beat.
Catalina's looking at Marguerite.
I do not know what it is.
Brujeria. La brujeria.
What?
Sorcery. Witchcraft. Marguerite.
I do not know much about that.
I am not going to touch this thing.
Well, I already have, and I am not dead.
So, what we can do... Now, you can either tell me or message me, but each of you can tell me what it is.
Right.
All four of us?
Yep. And one
Just a theory about what it is?
Yep, and I have one as well, which I have written down. And one of them will be true, and 4 will not be.
Uh-huh. Does it seem like it's made of wood?
It does, but it felt weird. It didn't feel like wood. It felt more like stone.
Petrified wood.
And if anyone is a scholar, does anyone have
Yes.
scholar?
Yes.
You would have...
No!
And you had church training,
Yes.
didn't you, Catalina? So you know this is a...
Oh! We talked about this
Yeah.
before. I forget, though. I wrote it down, but I can't find it. Cyrnith.
Cyrnith. It's a Cyrnith artifact from the...
I've got Syrneth.
That's it. Cyrnith. It's a Cyrnith artifact. You would have studied some of them in your training.
Oh. Do I know it's that, then?
Maybe.
Ah,
Yeah, probably, because you came from a noble background, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Fenric thinks it's a musical instrument.
Of course.
It is not.
So from Serenithia.
I will
Serenithia?
message...
What? What's Serenithia?
They are they're the race that came before.
Oh.
They're the before time race. A powerful race of technological magic users.
Oh. Oh, hence why...
Not
like when there's no magic now as such. As treated as...
There's some, the Fate Witches. And there's a voodoo style one that's in Pirate Nations. And a couple of others, but it's not a high magic world. There's not fireball throwing wizards like the...
Yeah, but they're like the Inquisition usually kills people who practice sorcery.
Correct.
And what nation is the Inquisition from?
Castile.
Castile.
Are they the
Yep.
Spanish one?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I will send my theory rather than say it, but
Okay.
I think is the musical instrument theory actually Fenric's?
Yeah. And I think that's what it is.
Well,
Chris
it
thinks
might
so,
be.
too.
You've got a 1 in 5 chance.
Very little is known about them. Or why they're gone. But they did seem to make a lot of artifacts. Both simple and small and complex ones. So they're very sought after.
I've sent you what Catalina thinks that it could be.
Okay.
And I have sent something as well.
And what does it do?
Oh, and
Who's
what
this
does it
directed
do?
Yeah, what do you think it does?
Not me then.
Yeah. It's cool what you sent, but what do you also think it does?
Can she be not sure, or can...
No, this is you. I'm asking you.
Uh,
You're part of the storytelling process. It can be on the lines of what she might think, but the object of this principle is one of them's going to be true.
If none of us come up with anything cooler, there's already something for it to be. If one of us comes up with something cooler, it might be that.
Exactly.
Alright, this is probably a little bit convoluted and out there, but...
And as the penance turns and gets the wind behind her and starts to move away, and with that, the ship and all who sailed upon her fell beneath the waves. The crew stood silently watching, and something that made them all the same, for once the battle was over, a sailor was a sailor.
Catalina, is this the sort of thing you were talking about when you said relics?
See,
Or no? Because this is the kind of thing I was talking about when I was talking about an artifact.
she still coughs. Must be a bit of smoke
Smoke in her lungs. Oh no.
And she looks up at Marguerite, and she's like taking a step back away from the box, and she points down, and she's sort of a little bit pale. This kind of artifact, princess?
Oui? This kind of artifact is the kind that I gave to some people.
Sacre bleu. French.
She's gone French.
She's so shocked she swapped language.
Yep, she bends down and closes the lid.
You mean you've seen something like this before?
Once. About, three now? About 3 weeks ago?
These artifacts, they are very dangerous.
And you gave it away?
I did not wish to. There was not a lot of choice in the situation.
If I was in your position, princess, I would not want to keep it here either.
It was not a matter of wanting to keep or not wanting to keep. It was a matter of if I did not give it to them, then there would be trouble.
Well, now we have another one.
It is not ours.
Well, we get a share.
I say we cast this thing over the side.
I
What?
do not think the captain would.
It's gotta be worth something.
It is worth very much, but also.
Bardo, this thing is not to be trifled with.
Powerful, and then because of this, they are dangerous.
This thing is not a toy to be sold.
If it puts it into perspective, Fenric, when I found myself in a situation where I needed to hand over an artifact like this, I was told that I was betraying my entire country.
So why did you do it?
I have already said I was not in a situation to choose.
Well, perhaps you can make it up to your entire country by keeping this one.
I do not think that would help.
You cannot blame yourself, princess.
I can. It was my mistake.
It is no mistake if you're forced into it.
I was forced to give it at that point, but before that point I could have walked away. I did not know what it was, and because of this ignorance I made the wrong choice.
We should not make the... we should... What's the captain doing?
He's
And what's
Listening
the crew
to our
doing?
whole conversation.
yeah, pretty much. The crew's sailing the ship. The quartermaster had been examining below deck the other chest, and but the captain's been. Well, he's not far away, so I mean, whether he's it's not a huge ship.
This is a dangerous artifact. We should throw it over the side immediately.
It is I do not know if this is a choice that we can make, though. This is not our ship.
I guess it's up to El Capitan. And she's looking at the captain. Who's not
Who's
doing
like,
anything.
I don't know.
He's clearly thinking.
What's in the other chest? Like, have the others open it up?
And the quartermaster comes out and throws up a coin purse to each of you. There is 200 silver.
Merci.
Well, we get paid on the roll. Oh, so when we sink, we take the coins with us.
If we sink.
And he's handing out the share to each member of the crew.
200 silver each. How many men are on this crew?
30?
That's a lot of silver. So we each get 200 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Captain and quartermaster usually gets double share.
All right.
Okay. Was anyone injured?
I will. There should have been a consequence for your first raise to land on the ship.
Okay.
If you want a consequence of 3 points of like fire damage or heat damage or from the smoke inhalation,
Smoke.
that
Probably
would be
smoke inhalation.
That would have been a fine. So then, yeah, you'd have 3. No major wounds, just 3.
What about the crew?
But they seem to be okay. They would have the same sort of heat thing, but they will get rid of.
And would I have the same then?
Yeah, but you'll get rid of it in a day because it's only stress ones. Like until it hits a major wound, you get rid of these in a day. So unless something else happens, they will be gone by next morning, sort of thing. So they're not a major.
Well, Katarina's backing away from this chest after she gets the money. And she's just leaving it on the deck.
Longboat in the water, Captain! Northwest!
A lot of things are happening today.
Wojack comes back up from the longboat.
The longboat?
From down below. The purser said that there was something here that needs to go back downstairs. What is it? What is it that you have found on this ship?
I suppose this box?
This...
You
got this from the ship? This artifact?
See?
Oui.
Jeez.
Catalina says it is dangerous and sorcery and we should not touch it. But I have already touched it and
You had touched
I am
it?
alive.
I look over, peering at your fingers.
Testing.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I
10,
was
10
testing
fingers. Okay.
a theory. It has an heartbeat,
heartbeat?
but Catalina's. It has, but Catalina says she does not notice this.
I look between the two. Okay. I will put this downstairs and we will worry about it later. I think there is another boat. I have a feeling we're about to do this again. Of course. I will store this with the rest of the stuff and I'll incinerate it later. It looks like that this is going to be our pay. No doubt the captain will want to sell it. Of course.
I was going to say, what are they going to do? Chop it into 30 pieces?
No. I would say the purser would make a deal. I would be helping him find a merchant who would take this off his hands. I'm sure there will be some noble somewhere in Montaigne who would be looking for this. This thing, it's worth value to the right people. So we could get a bit of money for us. Of course, this is where our pay is coming from. So I'll take it downstairs with the rest of the booty. These weird names they give it to him.
Raise the sails, Chief!
You there! Man, come here. Help me bring this downstairs. The purser wants it now. Quartermaster will not be happy.
And one of the brutes runs over and helps you.
Do they notice a heartbeat?
They do not. But when they put it downstairs, below decks, once they put it down, you do.
Again? Like in the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Just constantly?
Not constantly. But when they... You think when they put it down on the deck, like below decks, once they put it down, it goes...
It is still doing it, and now it is doing it when I do not touch it. This is confusing. It is in... Well, there is no heartbeat now, but there was when they put it downstairs.
Catalina looks concerned by this.
So it is a musical instrument.
I do not think so.
And you feel a bump as you think the ship comes up to the longboat.
So Catalina's going to go over, not over the side, but...
She's gonna jump over the side. I've had enough with this weird artifact stuff.
I'm taking the nearest longboat and leaving you guys. So, is there any people in the longboat?
You can see that there is the longboat and there is a large tarp laid over the top of it.
Do you think there are any people under there?
There is a large tarp over the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like taut?
No.
Loose. Okay. I guess the crew are... What?
Well, they will do it if no hero does.
Oh.
I come back up. I heard there was something else that is here. Oh, what's this?
There is a longboat. It's...
A longboat.
Yes?
Vessel Majar's longboat, yeah. A
longboat, oui?
I walk over to the edge of the ship, lean over. Hello! Hello! You there, sailors? Can you hear me?
No response.
That is odd.
If there is anybody, they are asleep or very
Captain,
quiet.
if you are pirates, now would be a perfect opportunity. Longboats are full of treasure. They must have been raiding along the coast of Avalon. You want some booty? There you go. Here's some booty for you. I will go get some rope and throw it over there. You there! You look like you're doing nothing. Come on! Do some pirating. We go find out if there is some booty on this ship.
Who'd you point to?
Brute
Because
squad.
Catalina just grabbed the rope.
Yeah.
And she's sliding down to the longboat.
Are we...
She sort of steps around on top of the tarp and lifts up the corner and flicks it open.
And you flick it open and you see a young girl, maybe 15, unconscious in a long fancy black dress with jewels laying in the longboat.
Witch!
Which?
For the first time ever, he might actually be right.
Is it just anytime he sees
Which?
a girl, he's like, which?
He has problem dating. Yeah, you're working out why.
why. Yes.
7th Sea, starring Emily as Marguerite, Shadow as Fenric, RavenInsane as Catalina, Louis as Wojack, Ghost as the Teller of Stories. 7th Sea is released by Chaosium Games and written by John Wick. Some of the sound come from Sirenscape.com. You can find us at critfail.com.